Holy cow, is it ever a beautiful day today. You can see some blue sky behind me. It's a little bit foggy. We're up in the clouds, I guess, but it's warm. We're in the 40s and snow is melting, and you'd think it was spring. We're still here in January and it feels like spring. Today, we're going to take a break from doing insulating. We are going to start putting in some lights inside the shop. The shop needs some light. It's always so dark in there. It's hard to see and do much of anything. We bought some shop lights. We're going to wire it up and we're going to hook it up to our new Anker power station, 6,000 watt power station. That thing is going to be awesome. It'll power our well, it'll power our lights, it'll power our power tools. So excited. We just got that just a day or so ago, and I'm ready to get some lights hooked up so we can have some light inside the shop. That's today. We're going to get going right now. All right, I bought these high bay shop lights off of Amazon, and Jazz is not wanting you to see what they are. Okay, get down, get down. And it's 4-pack, so I'm gonna give them a try, see how I like them in here. If I like them, I'll put a link to them so you can look for yourself, but I think they're gonna be just what we want. Let's get them open. You helping? You helping, Jazz? Huh? You helping? Okay, let's get this open. You're not trained on knives yet. Well, they're wedged in here good. There we go. Must be 2 to a box. Better be. I actually need more than 4, but I wanted just to get 4 to start with. Let's see if I like them. These are LED lights. Instructions. Yeah, you don't need them. Nope. And the hooks. Okay. And the safety wires. These are going to put out a lot of light. They're called UFO LED high bay lights, 240 watt equivalent. It says easy install. They're dimmable. Didn't realize that. So, all right. I have my scaffolding all set up and ready to go so I can get up to the rafters.
There they are.
My scaffolding are the 2 trailers. I'm going to climb on the roof. And I am a skilled professional on roof climbing on RVs. Do not attempt this at home. All right, I've already counted off the number of trusses up there and dividing it equally. It's like 9 in and 9 in, and then there'll be space of 9. So what I'm thinking is 2 and 2, and then if we like them, then we'll put some more in the side bays, but those aren't as high, so we might use something that's not quite as powerful as these, but we'll just go and see what we like. So I'm going to start off on the first scaffolding. 2 outlet boxes, and these lights, they have a plug on them, so you don't hardwire them, you just put a receptacle up there and plug them in. So I'm going to get these up there, and then I need to run wire I'm going to have all 4 of these on one switch, so I'll put 2 over here, and then I'll come up on this scaffolding and put 2 more. Okay, give me those electric boxes. Okay. Hold on. Okay, 1 more. Thanks, Jazz. And my hammer. Okay. All right, that's 1. All right. Really needs to go on this one, but my scaffolding isn't far enough over there. Do not attempt this at home. How much wire to run? I want 1 circuit, so I got to go from each outlet and then across and back, all 4, kind of in a circle. We've got a significant amount of runoff and snow melt. Oh, wow. These are some big tracks. We've got a significant amount of water runoff. So I want to go down and check my driveway again. You saw recently, maybe in a video where I was fixing the channel of water runoff on the side of it. But look at these big animal prints right here. For reference, that's my hand. Looks like it could be, I don't know, elk or maybe a moose. They're very large and far apart. Just kind of going across here. And they're making a turn and heading up towards my shed. Better not be taking my tools. Let's see where they go. It's interesting because we have seen practically no wildlife at all up here this winter. And I don't know, well, you know, they're gonna be bedding down a lot during the winter time, but you'd think we'd see something. There's wildlife all over the place. We just haven't seen it. All right, let's make a turn and go down the hill here. Down to our driveway. Right down there. I don't see any on the driveway, and I see it running over here in the ditch. Right down in there. Okay, all that's good. Glad I checked it though. All right, let's go get some electric lights hooked up inside the shop. Ready to have some lights inside the shop?
Yes.
All right.
You came to help.
Let's get this going. I don't think this should be too hard, but everything's harder than I think. It takes longer than I think. But look how gorgeous it is today.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Yes. Jazz thinks so too. So, all right, let's go. Oh, it's a beautiful morning. We have some high clouds. The sun is peeking through a little bit of misty fog off in the distance. Down in the valley, it is foggy, heavy fog. But that's one of the nice things about being up here, up in the hill a little bit, up in the mountains. We get out of the fog, at least for the most part. Let me show you. It's out there. You can see it right there going across. And it's just kind of a little hazy all right in through there, but we got the sun in the sky. It's melting the snow, and it's just gonna make for a beautiful day. So ran to the hardware store last night and got a few of the items that I needed to finish my wiring job. I needed a plug so I could plug that into the Anker power station, and I also, let's see, what else did I need to get? There was something else that I got besides that. Oh, I needed the eye bolts, eye lag screws to be able to hang the fixtures. I don't know why they don't come with those. They come with all of the hardware except that. And you got to have that, so why? Just makes no sense. It's would be a few pennies extra for them to throw that in, but they don't. So I had to pick up 4 of those, just kind of coming down and surveying the little stream we have here with Runoff, and it doesn't look like it's getting any worse. We've had this little stream coming across here every year. So it's nothing new, and I don't know why I did not put a culvert in underneath this this spot, but I can come back and do it later. Last thing to do is wire in this plug and plug it into our Anker SOLIX F3800 power station and see if our lights work. Now let me show you on this wire over here, the Romex, there's a lot extra. And the reason is we're going to bring it down along here, and then it'll go inside a wall. There'll be a wall here, go across this wall, over, be a door somewhere around here, and then on the outside of the apartment, in the inside of the garage, there'll be the light switch. So that needs to come all the way over to this switch eventually when we build the wall. But for now, I'm just putting a plug on here. We'll spool up the extra cable and we'll just kind of hook it up somewhere out of the way because there's a lot of extra right now. These screws down and we'll be ready to go. All right, ready for the test?
I guess. We'll see how good your electrician work is.
So we got this Anker SOLIX F3800 unit to try out and give our opinion on. And this is our first chance of actually using it. We've got 95% battery right now. And this will actually do 6,000 watts of capacity. It'll run our well at 240 volts. It'll, and in fact, it's plugged in right now. And let's see what we can do with just a little bit of power. This shouldn't take much. Whoa!
Whoa!
That's awesome. Look how much light is in here. I love that.
Now you can work till midnight.
I can work all night long. I won't, but I could. Wow, I really like these. They just light everything up. This is awesome.
We're going to have to give the real test when it's dark out.
Yes. These two over here are kind of blocked by the trailer. Let's see what it looks like over. Yeah. But still, that's going to be nice. That's going to be so nice. We've got lights! Yes! All right, this is not a horror movie, but I wanted to try out the lights. It's dark out now, and let's see what happens. Let's plug this in and give it a go. Actually, it's already plugged in. Let's just turn it on. Whoa! That is spectacular. We have lights. We have lights. We have lights. That is so awesome. I love it. I'll count that as a win. So I'm here with the Anker SOLIX F3800, and we thought what better way to test this by throwing it through the ringer and putting everything we have at this. So we're going to start off with just lights, simple lights, get some electricity going. Woo! And so far so good. Our battery is at 80% capacity, and we are drawing about 980 watts. This will do up to 6,000 watts, so this isn't even coming close to stressing the system. Next, how about our well? Let's plug our well in.
Okay.
Which brings up another point. This power station will handle 120, both 120 and 240 split phase. So it'll power our well. Most well pumps are 240, which ours is. So let's try that next. You can tell it's 240 by the thick cable, and it goes right in over here. This is a 25 amp max circuit. Okay, and then from there, I need to turn the circuit breaker on for our well. And now it's on, and it takes a few minutes to get through its startup mode. And we're at 60 psi in the system. So that's not really doing anything right now because we're not running any water. So I'm going to send Kim outside with the hose. I'm going to turn the faucet on here, and we're going to put the pump in motion and start pumping some water. Okay, I'm going to go and open up the water valve.
Woo! Wow! Full force. That's awesome.
You got water?
I got water. It's working.
All righty, let's see what's going on over here. Our pressure has dropped down to 40 in the 40s. Now it brought it back up to 50. And now we are at 2,732 watts. That's the lights and the well running simultaneously. Let's get some more going. How about next we turn on our diesel heater? I'm going to plug this in. This is just an extension cord. And then I've got to come over here, turn the diesel heater on, and wait for ignition. All right, what are we doing now? We're up to 3,049. And yeah, it's getting noisy in here. All right, what else can we do? How about my DeWalt saw? We'll get Kim to help on this one. All right, let's try the saw. We're using a lot of power now, but it's still not at its max. The Anker SOLIX F3800 is the most accessible home power system, with standard AC output doubled in one power station, with a new bidirectional inverter that supports a massive 6,000 watts of power. This thing is awesome. Not only does it do 120, but it also does 240 volts. That'll allow us to run our well off of a power station. How awesome is that?
Wow!
A single unit of the Anker SOLIX F3800 can not only power all kinds of home appliances, but also support multiple home appliances operating at the same time. Replace those dirty gas generators with clean energy powering your entire home. The 6,000 watt power generator has a surge capacity of 9,000 watts. Massive battery capacity provides home-like power supply anywhere. Anker SOLIX is running a special right now, so if you buy now, you will receive a free 200 watt solar panel. How awesome! Use our exclusive discount code MOUNTAINF3800 to get an extra $600 off on your deal. Use the link found in the description below or in the pinned comment. We want to thank Anker SOLIX for their support of our channel and our viewers with this amazing offer. And now, back to the project. Hey, and welcome back. Today we're going to continue working on the insulation, but we've made a bit of a change. We started off, we're still using the rock wool, but we started off with R15, and it just really wasn't the right thing because of its size. It's designed for 2x4 installation. Oh, it's pretty dark over here. But our pole barn, these are 6x6 posts, and so we've got a 5.5-inch cavity in there, and the what we ended up having to do is double it up because it just wasn't sturdy enough to stand on its own. You can see here, here's what we were using, the R15, and it just wasn't working. So we ended up doubling it up, and now we have an R30 in here, but it's a little bit packed. It's overpacked. So I think we're going to keep the R15. We're going to use it in other places, like on the ceiling of the apartment. But we bought the right stuff. We bought the R23, which is designed for 2x6 construction, and it's 5.5 inches in thickness. We bought the 24-inch wide. It's for 2x6 construction, and it is R23. And I've got one that I've just set down in here. You can see the difference, how thick it is. It fits in here perfectly, just a single bat, and it's very solid, stands on its own. So that's what we're going to go with for now. Luckily, I found this in stock in town, so that was awesome, and I bought a bunch of it. So we're going to start working on that and start working on getting this place insulated. We need it. One thing I like about this is it's so easy to work with. Yeah, I think this is going to be the right thing. It's a balancing act, but if I put a piece of string across here, it'll hold it, and this will hold the weight, so that's a good thing. Really like that. It's so easy to work with. You just use a little knife, like a butter knife. So it's just a serrated knife, I don't know, can you tell? And it just cuts really easily. This is really the right stuff. Now I just need to get busy on installing it. All right, I got to cut one now. This is going to be 17.5 inches. I'm kind of just going to score it at first. Got these ribs that you can just kind of follow on down, and I'm guessing that's going to give me, yep, gives me the straight line. And then we'll just cut through it. Okay, it's easy. And we'll set it in here. Yeah, you want a nice tight fit, but you don't want it causing the product to compress. This was kind of the method of putting two pieces together. Didn't do a good job. There. All right, that's how it goes. Pretty easy. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for a vapor barrier, or if I'm going to put a vapor barrier. I'm figuring that out. What we're leaning towards on for the finish is metal. So, still investigating. Like a glove. I like it. This just cuts so easily. See how I'm doing this? I just kind of scored it to begin with, and now I'm going all the way through with the knife. It's one thing about all the scraps. There really aren't scraps because you can use it anywhere. So, as far as coverage, I've used 2 of the, well, I think I bought 21. I've used 2, and it didn't quite fill this one cavity. So what about 4, 8, 10? There's five pieces per bale. There. I like that. It goes in so nice. It's so much better than the R15 value, which would have been fine for a 2x4, but this is what we needed. All right, so here's an interesting observation, and you guys tell me what you think the reason is. But you see the snow on the roof here on the barn door. It's come down quite a bit with the warm temperatures we've had. It's melting and it's coming off, but it hasn't sloughed off. And yet, come over here to my shed, and 100% of the snow has sloughed off. That means slid off on its own, and the pitch on that is less than either of the pitches on my barn door. I don't get it. They're both metal roof, so why hasn't this sloughed off the barn door, but it has sloughed off of the shed? Let me know if you have an idea. Put it in the comments, because I'm perplexed. Like a glove, only better. And like I said, we're ending up with these scrap pieces, but they're not really scraps, because you can cut these any shape, and we'll reuse these, or we will use them at some place. So no scraps, or very few. Get some pieces going across here. And I think I can use some scraps for that. That's like about 15. Yeah, this will work. Yeah. We're just cutting 2 inches off. 18. 18. Oh, 4 inches. Cut 4 inches off. All right, one more to go on this bay. Let's get a measurement. 22. We are 22 wide on this one. So price-wise for this rock wool for the R23, each one of these bats, and they are 37.5 square feet. The place I bought them from, I think they were $78 about per bundle. So it's not cheap, but I really like how it works and its properties. Let's see, 22 wide. It's perfect. Like a glove. Yeah, I like it. Like it a lot. All right. 2, 6. We have 4 of the 7 bays done on this wall. We're moving right along. Kim and I already did these 2 in the middle when we were using the R15. I was thinking I was going to take it down. I'm just going to leave it up, and we'll go with that for that section. But I'm much happier with the R23 that is the right thickness. So, yeah, this is going to be nice.